Jinwoo ass panel. Yo, stop. Look at it. Look at the. That is it. That is quite literally it. It's already over. Look at it. Tiberius. He literally. Yes. This is from the author's own Twitter page, by the way, right? Let's just get right into it, yeah? Jujutsu no Kaisen Chapter 1 Part 2, released 4 months after the first part of Chapter 1. So right now we are only 2 parts into Chapter 1. Let's remember that, in 4 months. And however long it took them to do the first part. Quarterly releases. Let's see what we've got cooking. This color panel is actually not that bad. Like, I'll give them that. Like, this is actually a cool, like, if this was just a random fan artwork, I would think this is good artwork. It's a shame it has to be tied to this awful project. Let's see what we're cooking with. A strange mouth appeared on his belly, and it sucked in that immense power. It is a new ability he has never used before. Thanks for telling us, Yuji. Or could it be? What could it be? I believe the fair fight is about to begin now. Maybe this guy's actually a martyr. He's throwing himself to the fire to prop up JJK. Yeah, he's pulling an Itachi. He's pulling a Lelouch. He's having all of us gang up and show us how bad Jujutsu Kaisen could have actually been, and be like, hey guys, after all of this, like, be like, this was a character study. You guys all appreciate the original ending now? Good, that was the point. Yuji finally became the average shonen protagonist. He learned reverse narration. Yo. Here come the other arms. Schlorp. I imagine, for some reason, I imagined the fucking Sharingan eyes sound effect. The exact same panel from the original series. It said, yo, is that Owl? It might literally be. They might literally have just took Owl from Kagurabachi and made their own representation of it. That's literally what it looks like, honestly, Fractured Coconut. Those eyes are from the anime. Kashimo vs. Sukuna, both in their true forms. That's a frame from the anime Mahito fight. I'm dead, bro. Chapter 1, Chapter 1, The King of Curses, Parte 2, the original work by Gege Akutami. I think you might need to reword that, my guy. This is what you need. This is why you need English translators to help you, because are you saying, are you, this looks like you're claiming that this is the original work by Gege Akutami. Not that you're copywriting and saying the original work is by Gege Akutami. This is a fan work. This is why you need editors to help you, because you're going to get accidentally sued or hit with a copyright strike because you quite literally didn't have your fucking dialogue proofread. Yeah, already fucking, already stealing shit, tracing, AI, it's just oof. And again, like, just doing everything that it's basically how it's already been done, just differently. The only thing different is Sukuna's transformed differently. Same panel, because again, they can't think of their own original stuff happening, right? They have to they quite literally only know Jujutsu Kaisen through Gege's work. Sukuna growing those 2 arms look like Ben 10 turned into 4 arms. So true. What a powerful demonic force emanates from him. Ah, the grammar. I will launch a direct attack with all my strength to end this quickly. Ha! Looks like a fucking monster. Honestly, outside of this being Jujutsu Kaisen, like, this right here, I actually think is cool. Like, if I, like, this right here, not the whatever, but, like, this is actually sick. He's got a thing for Kashimo's tongue, indeed. Yeah, he does, indeed. It's like Venom. That suddenly got a lot worse. Again, if you weren't like, if this was divorced, I heard that panel is from Venom, it literally wouldn't surprise me. You could tell by the tongue. You could literally tell by the tongue. Yeah, like, if this wasn't Kashimo and this wasn't supposed to be a Jujutsu Kaisen fan ending, like, I would just, and you just posted this artwork and said, hey, look what I made, I'd be like, damn, dog, you killed it. This is cool. Don't overstep. Punched him in the gut, hit him with the fucking waffle cutter. No impact at all. He fucking screamed out, and then this panel has no impact whatsoever. Yeah, he cleaved his shirt. That's literally like, what? Grabs him by the face, and then he fucking launches him into the ground. Crack. Jump, and he's just beating the shit out of Kashimo. This is the actual manga made on a -1 budget. What is this? Is Kajimo a Looney Tunes character? How pathetic you are. That's why I'll end this quickly. Yeah, you did manage to make Kashimo literally look worse. You literally made Kashimo look worse. I'm dead. He picks Kashimo with the top right arm, but throws him with his bottom right. I didn't even catch that. Didn't he say he would provide justice to Hajime? Yeah, probably. He probably did. I wouldn't even doubt it. Remember, one of the biggest criticisms of Jujutsu Kaisen's ending was that Sukuna was Gege's self-insert, and Sukuna was too OP, and Sukuna was killing everyone too easily, and it was way too simple, and it was just went on for way too long. No one can kill Sukuna, and it's not even fun to read. And then this guy goes, "Don't worry, guys. I'll fix that for you." He just takes immediate. This is Sukuna glaze if I've ever seen it. Just giving Sukuna as much aura as possible and taking away all aura from Kashimo in this scene. The panel of him throwing him up into the air. Shock. And he died, and you kill him the exact same way with the waffle cutter. This is the. What are we changing? I guess my question for every single fucking every single fan manga like this, like what are you changing? What was your issue with the story? Because so far your 2 parts have literally been the exact same story, just made worse. Literally copied everything from Gege so far. So what did Gege do wrong? What did Gege do wrong? If you think Kashimo should have just gotten bodied in 2 seconds, what was your issue? You were unlucky to be the first to die at the hands of my original form in the modern era. Next. Yeah. Were you upset that Kashimo got backstory? Did nothing but omitted characterization. Yeah, literally, you did nothing but take out the character motivation and the character ending, and how this ties in and makes sense for Kashimo as a person, and how Sukuna delivered him the answer that Kashimo was searching for. Like, that wasn't even a part of this fight, right? Like, the original fight of Kashimo versus Sukuna, Kashimo has been waiting to fight Sukuna because, as someone that was the strongest in his era, he's wondering what the strongest of all of history was able to gain from this. Kashimo was unsatisfied, just almost similarly to Ishigori, right? Almost very similarly to Ishigori. Kashimo was unsatisfied being the strongest because he was never able to find someone that was like him. He was never able to meet someone that was on his level. And Kashimo, and to the point that Sukuna said Kashimo was lonely. Kashimo was so lonely, that's why he traversed history and traversed thousands of years, hundreds of years, however long it was, to take on the culling games, because he wanted a chance to find Sukuna, find the strongest sorcerer, and ask him, "Hey, are you also alone? Are you also are you also dealing with the same struggle that I am?" And when Sukuna kills Kashimo, Sukuna answers, he goes, "Your problem is you were never alone. All of those people that were fighting you and you killed, you gave them love. Like, in a weird, twisted way, you yourself were, never alone. You always had people there challenging you and there for you." And Sukuna says, "I reject that. I don't need to have someone on my side. I can be alone. I do what I want. I don't need a reason to do what I do. I'm going to do what I want and kill whoever I want, keep around whoever I want, and that's just what it is." And Kashimo goes, "Doesn't that get boring after a while?" And then he dies. Do you see how much more characterization is in that, and how much that makes sense to Kashimo as a character who quite literally showed up, and the whole reason he went to the culling games was to get that answer? And the author of Jujutsu no Kaisen forgot Goto didn't appear for hundreds of chapters post Shibuya. No roll cutting slash, by the way. Right, we haven't even elaborated on that, right? Like, quite literally, like, we didn't even talk about, that's such a good point, Tiberius. I didn't even think about that. There wasn't even an explanation for how Gojo died. He just died. There wasn't even an explanation for how he died. It's easy to dismiss people who didn't like the ending as leak readers or lacking reading comprehension, but it's just so accurate for the dude that did this. Yeah. Again, I don't know how young this person is. This person could quite literally be 15, 16. And like maybe for their age, they're really out here doing some kind of crazy project, you know? But yeah, it just, I don't know, man. I just don't. Jinwoo ass panel. Yo, stop. Look at it. Look at the, that is it. That is quite literally it. It's already over. Look at it. Tiberius, he literally, yes. This is from the author's own Twitter page, by the way, right? The author's own Twitter. Like, it has to be a troll. There's no way. Absolute cinema. Like, this can't be real. I'm slowly starting to feel like this person, this all just one big troll. This has to be someone with a humiliation complex, or they're doing this as a joke. They're doing this this might be the ultimate rage bait of all time. The new events of the new ending will begin in the next chapter, which will be published in the coming days, so don't judge a book by its cover. The new events, right? What was new here, dog? Half their tweets are calling their own panels absolute cinema. That's what I mean. Like, this can't be real. Are you ready for the return of the alternate ending? A fan-made project that does not diminish the brilliance of the original events, with all due respect and appreciation for the original author, Gege Akutami. What's coming will be even better. Just trust us. The reason for our delay is the lack of any sponsors for this project, meaning we are working without any financial support. However, despite all of this, I will do my utmost to create an amazing fan work for you. Stay tuned for part 2 of chapter 1 coming soon. Dog, should I sponsor them? Should I give them a donation so they can do their work faster and pump this out? We need more. I'm sorry. I need part 3 right away. What? Yeah, this gotta be a troll. Look at what he's posting. Dog, that is not even the same sketch. Dog, that's not even the same. That's what? Huh? I will block you if you sponsor them. Why Photoshop in a PNG later if you can just draw it like that? That's what I kind of mean. My next video, how Jujutsu No Kaisen was right. Yo, I'm gonna make my own JJK fan manga. Honestly, the no-op leaks just need to come back. That's really what it is, guys. I figured out the issue here. This guy was reading the no-op leaks. That was the issue. Don't worry. I'm gonna do Kashimo justice, all right? Here we go. I already got Kashimo's face done. See? I didn't need 4 months for this. I didn't need 4 months for this. I didn't need 4 months for this. I can't match such artistic talents. Most people can't, Jacob. Don't feel bad. Most people can't. Wait. Yeah, I'd put the tongue. Gotta do the tongue, right? Can't forget the tongue. Kashimo loves the tongue, right? That's the Kashimo we know and love. All right, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Where is it? Where's the panel? All right, hold on. See, you didn't need 4 months for that. You didn't need 4 months for that. Right, blah. Yeah, blah. Bleh. Like we're in a fucking metal fucking show. Bleh. I want to suck your blood. Bleh. Give him some fucking vampire teeth over here. Slorp, slorp, slorp. Yeah. I can't. What the fuck? Listen. Okay. Listen. I'm making fun of this project, but I do want to make it very clear right now. The person that drew this is talented, right? The person, okay. If this isn't AI and they actually had someone draw this work, whoever drew this is talented. I want to make that very clear, right? Unless they traced or they did whatever, I don't want to talk shit on the artist, because like I said, if you were to drop that without having it attached to Kashimo, or like someone was like, hey, this is my Kashimo artwork, I'd even be like, hey, I like your interpretation. I like your style. Genuinely. So is next chapter going to be Higuruma? Or you know what? Honestly, probably. Next chapter will most likely be the exact same thing that happened in the actual manga. I don't think anything is going to change by any means. I think this person is quite literally just going to just do the same thing Gege did over and over and over again. Takaba vs. Kenny incoming peak Senshin. This person is not doing Takaba vs. Kenjaku. There's no way. And if they do, it's going to be one part and they're going to skip right over it. Only people with culture know the peak of Takaba vs. Kenjaku, okay? Only fans, Jujutsu Kaisen fans of culture like Takaba versus Kenjaku, or, you know? Same crowd of people that liked Megami versus Reggie before it was cool. If he does it, I think Kenjaku will just immediately kill Takaba and start the merger or something. Yeah, that seems most likely, to be completely honest with you. That seems so likely. That fight was something else, man. Something else entirely. People were hating Megami versus Reggie. Yes, 110%. That's one thing that I do, like, genuinely do enjoy. Person's not creative enough to do something like Kenjaku versus Takaba. So true. So fucking true. Say what you will about Kenjaku versus Takaba, but that was a creative ass shonen manga fight. Whatever you want to say. Like I said, even if you don't like it, that's fine. I wouldn't even be upset that you don't like it. Again, everyone's allowed to have their own opinion, obviously. I would never be upset that you didn't like something that I liked, but the idea is, like, it truly was, like, a creative endeavor. Like, you know, is that something you guys would be interested in? Would you guys want, like, like my interpretation of, like, an ending, or, like, my interpretation, like, changing things around in the series? Is that something you guys would be interested in? Because I would love doing that. I would love doing that. And the thing is that mine wouldn't be from hate. Mine would just be out of just having as much fun as I possibly could with the character.